Assalamu alaikum, Ramadan Mubarak. Tonight is a very special night because it's one of the last odd nights of Ramadan. And this night is very important to me personally. Not just because it could be one of the blessed nights that all of us seek as worshippers, but also because this is the night in which I took my Shahada 15 years ago when I decided to embrace Islam. It's something that many of us who have decided to come to Islam or chose Islam as our path to follow in this life have experienced. The moment where we decided to stop dabbling our feet in the water and jump in. I remember calling up one of my childhood friends after doing about 3 years of research into Islam and told him I'm ready. I'm ready to start practicing the religion. I'm ready to take my Shahada. What I realized after becoming Muslim was that I could not find anybody to really support me. It's not that they weren't out there, it was just that I was unable to find them. So I made the decision to go out and find people who were like-minded, people who were also trying to find their place in the community by benefiting others, by going to build relationships with some of the inner city mosques, to distributing food throughout our community, to volunteering at different volunteer opportunities. And I was blessed to find literally a family, a spiritual family that to this day has grown exponentially and I still call my home. It reminds me of this beautiful story that one of the companions of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, shared with us when he told us that he became Muslim towards the end of the life of the Prophet, peace be upon him, when literally the weight of the world and the world to come was on the Prophet's shoulders, when his mind was so preoccupied. And this companion narrates this beautiful story to us where he tells us that there was never a moment that he would go to visit the Prophet that there would be a barrier created for him. The Prophet never created a barrier. He was always accessible. He was always open. He was always there to greet the man and to talk to him. And the companion also said that he never saw the Prophet Muhammad except that he would smile when he greeted him. As I think about this, I think about those of us who have never had the opportunities to feel disoriented or to feel isolated, and to remind ourselves that we can be prophetic. And when we meet people in our spaces, as we begin to reopen our communities, reopen our mosques, reopen our community spaces, to not ignore those people who may still be looking for an opening into a community that can support them to grow as servants of God. And the other thing that stands out was that the companion, he still showed up. Things were tough, but he still showed up, and he met the Prophet and he found his place in the community. So for those of us who are feeling isolated, you're not alone. Be like this companion. Show up, meet people. Remember that God invited you to this community. God invited you to worship Him and to believe in Him. And God invited you to read His book. And God invited you to be a part of a community that benefits all of humanity. Don't underestimate your ability to make your own space. That maybe you just haven't found the people out there to support you yet, but I guarantee you they're out there. Maybe you need to be the person to build that space. Don't forget, this is not just a convert problem. That there are many people in our communities who are not converts, who feel disoriented or don't feel a sense of belonging or are still trying to find their place in the community. And don't underestimate your ability to build with them. And the last thing that I would like to remind anybody who feels this way or has gone through these experiences is to remember the good experiences and pay it forward. You can be the catalyst for change. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.